shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club, dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an x-ray.
What's going on, fight fans? It's another great day when you love MMA. Matty back here for episode 6. We just got done watching a freaking badass fight between Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum. Crazy war. Both guys brought it. It went exactly how I said it was going to go. I don't know if you got to watch my video where I predicted the fight, but I said Robert Whittaker was going to control every aspect and he was going to do more damage. That is exactly how the fight went. Kelvin Gastelum did not come out flat-footed. He came out swinging heavy and hard. He didn't quite find his range. Robert Whittaker found his timing immediately. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to catch him right away, and I thought he was going to hurt him bad. He didn't hurt him as much as I thought. Kelvin is a lot more durable than I gave him credit for. The dude is extremely tough, and he kept swinging to the very end, you know. But as the fight went on, he tended to fade. So Robert Whittaker started picking him apart. He has this hand-down style that is really unique. You don't think he'd be able to get his hands up quick enough to be able to defend himself, but he actually does. It's quite amazing. Kelvin was struggling drastically with that. And not only that, when they would engage in the clinch, it was Robert Whittaker who was actually taking him to the ground, and Gastelum was struggling off of his back to get up, to go for submissions, to defend himself. Robert Whittaker did some serious damage early, I think in the second round, second round, where he was landing elbows, lots of ground and pound. It was beautiful. The striking was on point. These guys were throwing to hurt each other. They were definitely going for the kill. If you guys are going to bet on these fights, you got to take Matty's word on this. I'm 2-0 with these UFC fights right now since I started doing this. I did predict that Oliveira is going to beat Chandler. I'm going to go into depth more with that later on. But yeah, this fight, the fight card was pretty impressive, but the main event really set it off. Robert Whittaker destroyed Gastelum throughout the fight. Gastelum didn't really fade until around the 5th round, but you know, he only had 4 weeks to prepare for the fight. So you do have to take that into account, give him credit for that. But at the same time, you know, Whittaker is just on another level right now. The dude is hitting hard. He has the experience. But, you know, as far as the rest of the division goes in the middleweight, on the ESPN after show, they're talking about, like, you know, clearly Robert Whittaker just deserves a title shot, and this was just the contender fight. I didn't think Gastelum was, you know, necessarily going to get a title shot if he won. I think it would make him look really damn good, but I don't think he was going to get a title shot off of it. Robert Whittaker, of course, you know, needed an opponent. He stepped in 4 weeks out, so that did put him, you know, in a good position, and that's what he needed. Robert Whittaker probably was going to get a title shot regardless. I feel like he's done enough as a champion, and, you know, after losing the belt, he's done nothing but win and fix his game and improve even more than what he was doing as a champion. So I think he's going to give Adesanya a really good fight. I don't like how he keeps his hands so low, but he is able to defend himself, you know. I think if he's a little bit more patient, he'll have more success in the second fight against Adesanya. I do think they're going to give him the title shot. You know, Vettori, he talks like he is so deserving of this title shot. I knew he was going to beat Holland's ass. I did predict that one as well, guys. But as far as him getting the title shot, you know, even Robert Whittaker was saying he doesn't think that he deserves it. So that's what I'm trying to say as well. You know, maybe he should fight Paulo Costa to really test him, to see if his striking is on the same level as his grappling, to see if he can take out a top dude who's been taking out top dudes. So if Vettori can go in there and beat Paulo Costa's ass or even just get a W against him, hell yeah, I think he deserves it. If he's willing to turn on his teammate Kelvin Gastelum and fight him, I would love to watch that as well. They train together anyway. Let's just see them fight. But, you know, there's probably not going to happen. So I would love to see maybe like a Paulo Costa matchup with Vettori. I think that makes sense. And I think giving Whittaker the fight against Adesanya makes sense. I think that'll set the middleweight division up for a lot of exciting fights. You know, they have a lot of top contenders anyway, and there's a lot of good fights to watch. But as far as, like, you know, those four specifically, I do want to see Vettori get tested. I mean, I wouldn't even mind watching Vettori fight Whittaker, but I do believe after watching him dominate Gastelum, where Gastelum was really bringing him a tough fight, you know, he was fighting to win. He was going for knockouts. He wasn't trying to play games. But after Whittaker won that in the fashion that he did in complete domination, I do believe that he should fight Adesanya next. I think that'll be the most exciting thing. And I think he's fixed his game up, you know, and cleaned it up to the point where he's going to present some problems from Adesanya if he's more patient, and if he fights how he fought Gastelum, where he's going to try and take it to the ground and have success on the ground and go for submissions and go for positioning. That's going to be a big problem, considering the fact that was a problem against Blachowicz. Although Whittaker's smaller, I'm just saying, you know, that's not a good thing. That's not a good mix. Let's see if Adesanya has fixed up his game. So yeah, it makes sense for these guys to fight again. I would love to see it. Man, I would, you know, Robert Whittaker's one of those guys, you know, I just hope that him and Adesanya can fight in a packed arena, because they are deserving of that. You know, imagine just how loud it would have been tonight if there was a crowd with that Gastelum fight. You know, we forget in this pandemic, you know, because we get to hear the beauty of the corner and the leather touching the face, you know, where it's really, you get to hear how intimate it is in a weird way, you know, when you're really getting to hit somebody and all this stuff. But we forget, you know, how deserving it is to have these guys being cheered on. Imagine how much more they would have pushed themselves if they had the crowd behind them, and that's that energy of being at a live event. It's just, I feel like, you know, I hope that Whittaker and Adesanya get that. I hope they get to fight in like Australia or New Zealand or something, where just a packed arena. I hope that we're at that point again. It would be amazing. Yeah, on some side news, I don't know if you guys heard yet or not, but Jake Paul now thinks he's a real destroyer because he knocked out Ben Askren in the first round, who just came off of hip surgery, and he's an old man. But hey, man, a win's a win. Jake Paul won in the first round by KO, so, you know, I got that wrong. I don't really count celebrity boxing for what I do. I just threw my opinion into that one. But as far as my official record goes for predicting fights, I am 2-0, baby. If you're putting money down, you guys need to listen to Big Daddy over here, because Matty knows what he's talking about when it comes to this shit. So, you know, tune in for the next episode. I'm going to be breaking down UFC 261, Kamaru Usman versus Jorge Masvidal. So, yeah, that's going to be a good one. I can't wait for that fight. Dude, Weili and Nama Nunez, that's going to be a freaking war. I think that's going to be it has potential to be fight of the year. And then there's Valentina Shevchenko. She is fighting Jessica Andrade. I can't wait to show you guys the breakdown and predictions of what I got going on. If you got money on the line, you know, holler at your boy, because I know what I'm talking about over here. Hit me with a like and subscribe. I'm going to be dropping videos weekly. You know, you heard it here first from Matty. I told you guys that Whittaker was going to put an ass whooping on Kelvin Gastelum, and that is exactly what happened. When are you guys going to learn? When are you guys going to fuck with me? When are you guys going to throw, you know, the money on the line for it? You know, I told you guys, man, if you're betting, trust me, I got you. But yeah, tune in for the next episode.
Haters talking shit, yeah, they breath stank. Walk up in the club dripping like I'm fresh paint. I can see through the facade like an x-ray.